let's get started. Now, we were supposed to talk about something that we were inspired by in Ishmael, mainly based on content, action, and style for our whole project. Well, here's what I say to that. Our whole world, there it is right there, I swear to whatever god and or gods are out there that we are going to explode and kill everyone and everything unless we do what the leavers wanted us to do. It's incredibly irresponsible of us to try and think, hooray, we're amazing and we're totally going to save everyone, yay! But we really won't. Coming back to Ishmael, I mentioned the leavers, the ones who live in the hands of God, meaning the ones who believe there's no one right way to live. The able to arcane, the agriculturalists to the hunter-gatherers. If we have no more of these leavers, our whole world is going kaput in just a snap. Now you may be wondering, well, if there are these leavers that appear to be dying out, so to speak, then who's this other part? And those, my good not really friends, are the takers. Practically everyone you will ever, or may never meet in your life. Takers believe there is one right way to live, one perspective of good and evil. Basically, we had more time to scoodly poop, and even more time to think about how we were going to live and slowly bring our Earth down to no more fossil fuels and no more resources to use anymore. Isn't that great? No, it really isn't. Now stop thinking it is. Easier said than done, right? It's almost like saying, for a drill, we're going to pick up people from the water like they were drowning, and the dummy weighs 65 kilos. Well, great. If you're in the water, they're not that heavy, right? No, you are wrong, and instead you are left to struggle to push them to the surface without drowning yourself in the process. So how does this relate to Ishmael? Think about it. We know that we're killing the Earth, like we know we have to lift our training dummy out of the water. We know there's a lot of things we need to do to stop the Earth from dying, and it sounds as simple as lifting the dummy out of the water. But in reality, the Earth has a bigger problem to face rather than just flicking off a few lights and calling it a day. We are the people holding up that dummy, meaning we have to make sure we are able to breathe comfortably as well, right? That means we have to get used to working that extra little bit to get comfortable. Yes, the thought sounds terrible, but is it really all that bad? Does anyone want to give up their casual comforts of life to make the world a better place? If I asked all of you right now, I'm willing to bet that everyone in this room would say, I want to change the Earth, but only a small handful would actually do something to help. Why don't we keep the lights off for the whole class? Because we can't see and that would be inconvenient. Why can't we open the curtains? There's not enough light. Why can't we use candles? Because fire is dangerous and it would put more pollution into the air. A couple of candles would do way less damage than what cattle put into the air, so what is there to worry about? Which brings me to my next point. How much grain do you think we waste feeding cattle? Not only grain, but the bulk of their diet consists of food we cannot eat. That's about 8 to 14 pounds of silage or fermented grain plants. Hay, grass, forage, and grain for every pound of beef. Every pound! And amazingly enough, only about 40% of the cow is turned into edible meat. The other 96 to 144 pounds is just thrown away. Fan-freaking-tastic. Who wants to be a vegetarian now? Well, I do, that's for sure. Well, you can choose to be carnivore or herbivore. That's your personal preference, and not the point. The real point is, what is there left to do? As you say, you're watching my simple little video, nothing is being accomplished, and we really aren't doing anything to help the Earth. Even if we have to do it in small steps, it's better to do millions of small steps than one big one and never do anything ever again. So maybe I've inspired you to do something, maybe I haven't. You decide what you want to do. But know that if you do nothing, you're not contributing to helping the Earth at all. Really, it's your decision, you can do whatever you want. It'd be great if you could help, but is there much that can be done by ourselves? You decide.